Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. This is RAGS number 6. So that's 6 fingers for issue number 6. Here in the first story arc, there's supposed to be 7 issues, so we're all still in this world where we don't have issue 7. It's a sad world. One day we'll have it. And I thought I'd already talked about this book from the PDF or something. I hadn't, so we're here to talk about this book. And I don't know what to say about it because I'm going to say the same things I say about every issue of RAGS. So, for starters, look at this cover. Isn't it great? You got zombie killing, so it's a little grody. Look, there's some gore. Like, that's kind of what it should look when you're beating up zombies. And one thing I give a lot of books, trouble about, cover art doesn't match the interior art. The cover has nothing to do with the interior of the book. Well, look here. The operator's got some hatchets. He's going hog on some zombies. Let's just open the book up to, I don't know, the exact middle of the book. Look at that. The operator's going hog on some zombies with hatchets. The art is by Luigi, and it very much resembles the cover art. It's not the same because it's got a different color palette here, as opposed to being in glorious full color. But you can see, by and large, the contents match what's on the cover. That's fantastic. That is the kind of thing I think comic books should do. I get on a lot of comic books for not doing that. Like, if I were to get this issue of Justice League Dark here and open it up to, I don't know, what's a good non-spoilery place? Probably kind of early in the book. Like, the interior artist clearly doesn't match the cover artist. And that's not really a big deal because both the interior art and the cover art look good, but there are cases where people sell you books and the cover art is great and the interior art bears no resemblance to it. Not the case at all for RAGS. RAGS is what you see is what you get, at least for the covers by Luigi. Now, there are plenty of variant covers out there. In fact, well, we'll come back to that. I don't want to jump the gun. But Luigi does that actiony stuff pretty well. He gets those zombies looking great. He also has a magnificent mastery of facial expression. So just look at the body language. Also look at the posing and stuff. Like, these are some very slanted panels that's totally taken advantage of what you can do in this medium. And if you're doing this in with a movie, right? You'd have to tilt the camera. Most people won't do that. They're scared of it. They're absolutely scared of tilting the camera. Go watch a TV made-for-TV movie. You'll see lots of boring flat angles because they're filming like a TV show, which has lots of boring flat angles. Go watch a cinematic masterpiece. You'll see angles like this. It's great. Look at their facial expressions. You can almost kind of intuit the relationships between these people just by looking at their positioning, their facial expressions, and their actions. Look at her turn her back, talking over her shoulder at them, stuff like that. Absolutely fantastic. Luigi is a master. He has a. I was trying to combine two sentences. Luigi is a master, and Luigi has a mastery, and it came out as Luigi is a mastery, which that might also be true. Luigi might actually be a mastery, but Luigi Teruel has a mastery of this medium. He's really good. This is beyond being solid. As comic book artists that are active in the industry today go, he's got to be in the top 10, if not the top 5. Just his panel compositions alone are that good, much less all the detail that goes into the panels afterwards. The storytelling by Brian Ball, the way it's written, the way it's paced, excellent stuff. It's a little he's going a little non-standard. He's clearly not following the save the cat kind of pacing. He's doing his own thing and he's doing it really well. And that deviation from the norm is one of the things that make this great. His dialogue, every character has a unique voice. Nobody sounds like anybody else. That's really hard to do. I certainly, in the little bit of writing I've done, don't do that. He also sets scenes to music. So like you can see here, the zombie mashing is set to The Edge of Glory. I'm not sure if those lyrics are 100% accurate. I don't really like that Lady Gaga song, but he's rocking it, man. He's making it work for him. So in lieu of spending any more time looking at RAGS, the book, number 6, right here. You can see it's issue 6 because look up there. See the 6 little bunnies? We're going to do a segment I like to call RAGS Facts. So I took the liberty of thinking, what do people either know, what do people know, or what should people know about RAGS? So, RAGS fact number 1. The book is full of military humor. that may not be apparent to you if you're just looking at the stuff I've showed, because I omitted the panels where Regina is very demonstratively sporting the green weenie, which even if you don't understand the military humor, just that concept of her wearing that particular article of clothing is kind of funny. But there's a lot of military humor, military references, things that I only kind of get because I was an army brat. If you're completely unfamiliar with that, I think a lot of the jokes will go over your head. So there's like some extra bonus there if you're familiar with what's going on. Otherwise, it's kind of like me watching an anime from the 80s and the Japanese humor is just going right over my head. It happens. All right, Rags fact number 2. Regina's nickname. So, if you look at the cover of this, and this comes up because when I was doing my stream last night with Ninja Weasel, he called Regina Rags. So, that is what everybody but Brian Ball thinks Regina's nickname is. I'm not going to say anything else. What do you think it is? What do you think her nickname is? Do you think that's her? Because everybody else seems to, just not Brian. He should totally just put like a page in the next issue that says her nickname is not Rags. If he really thinks that's true. He might just be trolling everybody because he likes to do that sort of thing. Color. Coloration is very important in this book. Look at these weird alien colors right here in the fight scene. It's great looking, isn't it? But more importantly, let me flip back to that sequence of people talking. And now you see two colors are drawn in relatively full color. They're the main characters. You see, she's got hair that's like colored. This dude over here, he's non-essential. His hair's not colored. Or lady, I don't know who that is. Whatever. Not essential. Doesn't get the color treatment. The blood does, because red blood on a gray field is always striking. But these NPCs over here, totally unimportant. They don't get filled in. So color is used to draw your eye to details and give you information. It's a striking use of that. All right, you ready? You ready? The operator. A lot of people think Brian Ball has a self-insert in the comic named The Operator. You be the judge. Oh, that was way less dramatic than I thought it would be. Music. Brian Ball has said that he listens to music when he's writing scenes to try to use that to pace the paneling in the scenes. It's usually not as explicit as the Edge of Glory sequence in this issue, but it's underlying all of it. It's probably one of the reasons why his pacing is so good, even though he's not following the usual formula. And finally, number 6, variants. There's a lot of variant covers. We're actually going to flip back. And in the back, there's totally a schedule. Let me find that. There's... Oh my gosh. There we go. All right, found it. I got to be very careful here because I can't show you what's on the right side of this. Or, I'm sorry, the left side of this because, number 1, it's a spoiler. Number 2, it's not safe for YouTube. So you can see there's a whole lot of variants. And that's just like the Patreon variants coming out this year. That's a bunch of books. That's a bunch of covers. I think I got most of these. But that's a lot. It's a lot. It's kind of hard to keep track of. I think maybe we have exceeded the variant cover limit. We've exceeded, reached variant cover escape velocity. I don't like variant covers. I make no bones with that. Like everybody knows, I don't really like a lot of variant covers. I can sometimes get it, okay, you're doing a comic convention or whatever, you want to have something special to sell. Like, I can understand why they do it. I just don't like it. So I don't really like it here, but it is funding the book and helping Brian Ball actually be able to afford to make the book by paying Luigi money so that he will produce art for the book. So I guess I can suck up my pride here, but frankly, there's so many variants for Rags, I've given up on trying to collect everything. It's impossible. Not going to happen for me. And I probably am not the only person that feels that way. So I just kind of sit around and Brian Ball sends me stuff in the mail, hand-produced stuff, from the RAGS factory in Florida where Thomas Floramonte hand-assembles these books and he licks every page to ensure that there is no coronavirus on it. And that'll conclude our RAGS facts for this evening. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great day, great everything you got going on. I look forward to seeing you again. Till then, bye-bye.